Hello everybody, welcome back to the Tales of Ottoman. And on today's episode, you will hear all about my journey from Constantinople to Cusco and how I, the commander of the Janissary, was tasked with traveling to new continents to explore the possibilities of where the Ottoman Empire could expand to. So let's go. The Ottoman Empire began in 1299 and has expanded ever since then. Now it's important for you to know the following. First of all, the most common headgear in the Ottoman Empire was the turban, and the turban determined your social status. Second off, the Ottoman Empire was located in Southwest Asia, North Africa, Southeast Europe, and parts of the Byzantine Empire. Along with this, the capital of the Ottoman Empire was Constantinople, which was where I'm from. Not just this, but the Ottoman Empire actually originated from a person named Osman. To start us off, my name is Ali Amin Odabasi, and I am the commander of the Janissary, and this is my podcast. The Ottoman had undergone many different battles and were left very weak as a result. Because of this, they were given the nickname the Sick Man of Europe. And in an attempt to reform themselves, the Ottoman went through a thing called the Tanzimat Reformations. The Tanzimat Reformations were a series of reformations that were focused to centralize the government and modernize the empire. If you were to live here, you would find that most people had spoken Turkish, but in the later years, as we expanded and got bigger, you would find that more people spoke Arabic and Persian. The people here followed Sunni Islam, and Sunni Islam is the belief that anybody who is religiously qualified can be their successor. The one thing that would immediately catch your eye is the Soleimani Mosque. This mosque was named after the Sultan, Suleiman the Magnificent, and this was considered a symbol of religious glory and power. But you obviously cannot live without food, so let me tell you how the Ottoman Empire got theirs. To clear things up, the Ottoman Empire didn't only get foods. We also got things like tobacco, spices, silks, wool, dyes, cottons, and even dry fruits. And we got these things by trading on different routes like the Silk Roads and across the Mediterranean Sea. Now, managing an empire is no easy task, so they needed something to keep it together and to keep it running. Something like a government. The Ottoman Empire had an absolute monarchy, which means that the Sultan was given all the power. But the Sultan couldn't just run this by himself, so he had a group of elites that would back him up and support him to help run this place. And this group was called the Janissary, which I'm the commander of. The Janissary were an elite corporation that was formed from the Devshire system. This system was where it took young Christian boys and converted them into Islam and trained them ever since they grew old. Not only were the Janissary the bureaucratic elites of this empire, they were also the military professionals. I mean, we basically do everything around here. And I mean, honestly, you can't really be surprised, because I mean, look who's the commander. Me. So of course it's amazing, Anyway, back to the show. The Janissary were very trained in firearms, but specifically cannons. Let me tell you about these cannons. These cannons were absolutely amazing, and you want to know why? It's because they had gunpowder in them. Oh my goodness. And once these cannons were put on 3 hatch-gallon boats, it's game over. I mean, we were just unstoppable. Suleiman the Magnificent had sent me on this mission, and let me tell you about him. Oh my goodness. He had helped establish a centralized system of law and had expanded the Ottoman territory by great numbers. And here's my proof.
I have a task for you.
Really?
Yes.
Alright, that's enough about my empire. Let's get into the empire that I've been researching. The empire I've been researching is the Incan Empire, and it began in the 1400s and ended in 1533. And I have collected the following information about them. First of all, like the Ottoman Empire, their clothing determined their status, but specifically the colors and the material of their clothing. Now let's get into some fun facts. First off, the Incans did not have any the Incan Empire did not have any type of writing system. They used a system called quipi that would use knots to store information. Secondly, they did not have any type of money system, so they only used bartering and trading. Another fact is that the Incan Empire actually worshipped the sun god, Inti, and they believed that doing rituals, dances, and sacrificing people would catch the attention of this god. Next up, it's important to know that the Incan Empire used mainly llamas to transport all their goods because all the other animals were just inferior compared to llamas. Lastly, it's important to know that there were 14 different rulers that helped run the Incan Empire. Unfortunately, I do not really know how to pronounce any of their names, but they were important, trust me. Now it's important for you to know how the Incan Empire lived. These people mainly spoke Quechua, also known as Romasani. Machu Picchu was located in the Andes Mountains and was known as the Lost City of the Incans. This was built for their emperor, and this showed that the emperor had very powerful status. And going back to those fun facts earlier, the Incan Empire didn't really have a set or main name for what their religion is, but they did worship the sun. And lastly, you can't go to the Incan Empire without knowing Machu Picchu. This language came from Peru, and yes, there were other languages in the empire, but this was the main official language. And what exactly did the Incan Empire have? They had different foods, metals, textiles, and ceramics. I personally think that it's not worth it to try and access these goods because the distance is just too far from us, and it would give us no economic advantage to try and travel over there just to get these goods. Now on to the Incan military. Their empire was called the Inca Icawana, and they defended from invaders, and their strategy was to split up into 3 different groups and have 2 groups attack from the sides while one comes down the middle. But their technology was not the best. They really only had slingshots to use. On to their leader now. Their leader was Manco Capaca, and he was the first founder of the Inca civilization. And he was important because without him, the Incans would just not exist at all. In conclusion, I think that we should attack the Incan Empire for all of 3 reasons. The first reason is because our weapons are just so superior. I mean, we have cannons and gunpowder. Well, what do they have? Slingshots? I mean, come on. Secondly, that's a whole new continent. That's land we have never seen before. Do you know how greatly of an economic boost that would give us? All these new raw materials? Like, are you kidding me? And lastly, kind of going off the second reason, our empire would rapidly expand. Like, we would become huge. Guys, what are we doing? This is the easiest decision of our life. This would make us amazing. As we come to the end in my podcast, you have heard the key points in what I've discovered in my research as for the reasons that I think that the Ottoman Empire should attack the Incan Empire. First of all, with our superior weaponry, it would make it very easy for the Ottoman Empire to take over the Incan Empire. Second of all, with this new land, we would be able to expand to a whole new continent. And lastly, it would open up new opportunities for us to gain new raw materials. And these are the reasons why I think the Ottoman Empire should attack the Incan Empire and expand from Constantinople to Cusco. Anyway, that's it for my podcast. Thank you for watching. I hope you learned a lot. Have a great day. See you later.